art stars, welcome. I hope that you're doing well. Today we are going to do some experimental drawing. So I'm going to go through a range of experimental drawing methods with you, fast-paced and slower paced, and we're going to have a bit of an experiment. So what you're going to need today is a pencil, or you can use a pen if you like, even something like a felt tip's fine, so we're not going to be rubbing anything out. It's just about the process and what we create, mainly. And some paper, so about 4 sheets of paper, and some interesting objects. So I collect little ornaments. I've got some bits here as examples. You might not have anything like that in the house, that's fine. If you've got bits of clay here, this little wooden one. If you've got any toys, they're particularly good. So any dolls or teddy bears, things with a lot of detail on. So if you've got, for example, a mug, like this mug here. I'm not interested in the shape of the mug, it's the pattern, the detail on the mug. So if an adult in your house allows you to use a plate, or like I say, some ceramics that have got interesting detail on, a soft toy, a doll, anything like that, just something with quite a lot of detail on that's quite interesting to look at. So try and stay away from things like plain footballs or a toy that's just in the shape of something with no detail on. We want nice detailed objects. And what we're going to do is a range of experimental drawings, so fast-paced, 1 minute, 30 seconds and quicker. I'm going to demonstrate them for you now, and then I'd really like it if you could go off and do your own. And the idea of this is that it frees up our creativity. So the reason we do it, one of the aims is, before we start a project or do a drawing, we engage in some experimental drawing. We have less control over the final outcome. We don't know how it's going to turn out. We don't know how it's going to look. And it kind of sparks new ideas as well. And you find by the end, when you look through, like I say, you probably would have come up with some things that you wouldn't have thought of putting together otherwise. So it's a really, really good thing to do, a really good activity to have a play with. So let's start. I'm going to time myself on my phone, and I'm going to start with a continuous line drawing. Now for this activity, I'm just going to put my camera down. For this activity, the idea is that we draw an object and everything connects with one line. So for example, if you're drawing a teddy bear or a toy, everything, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the face, the body, all connects with one line. We are not going to take the pencil off or the pen. Let me start with, I think I'm going to do this little wooden doll here. I'm going to put the timer on my phone. So it might be a good idea to ask an adult to time you. If you don't have a timer or anything you can use, just work quickly. It's just good to have that deadline, where we try and get everything down on the paper. Again. Okay, I'm going to time myself for 1 minute, and I'm going to draw everything I can see on this doll in pencil. I'm going to do a nice big picture, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to take the pencil off the page. Everything's going to connect with one line. There we go. So I've got my timer on. I'm going to work quickly. I'm going to get the hat on. And the main thing here is, if you're doing a picture, like I say, or a toy, something that's very detailed, the first thing is to get the shapes down, get all the detail down. And we don't have time to faff. We don't have time to change anything or rub anything out. We just have to work through. So any mistakes that we make, it doesn't matter. We just work through it. We're just experimenting. We're freeing up our control. We're creating something a little bit abstract by the end. So like I said, I'm working really quickly. I'm going to do some eyes. And like I say, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, they're all going to connect with one line. How am I doing for time? Oh, there we go. And that's a minute gone. There we go. So in a minute, I've drawn this little doll. I think if I did it again, I'd try and be a bit quicker and get some of the detail from her dress onto this picture here. So it's a main case of getting the drawing down, getting the outline, and then putting the detail on afterwards. Okay, so that's a continuous line drawing. The next one I'm going to do is an opposite hand drawing. So I'm right-handed. I'm going to use my left hand. If you're left-handed, you use your right hand. And you can use the same object again, or if you've got more than one, you might want to try one of the other objects. Completely up to you. I think I'm going to go with this little horse here. It's got some interesting detail on, and I'm going to put my paper this way round. So the first one I was working portrait, and I'm going to work landscape for this one so that I can fit everything in, as it's quite wide. And like I said, I'm going to use my opposite hand. I'm not going to put the timer on, just because, yeah, it's a bit faffy to do it with one hand, so I'm just going to do it very quickly, like I say, with one hand. Use my left hand. Like I say, the idea of these is they're imperfect. We're coming up with something that we wouldn't have thought of otherwise. So obviously I've got a lot more control with my right hand than with my left. And we don't have time to make changes or to rub things out, like I say. So just accept it. Whatever lines or marks you make, that's part of it now. This is part of the artwork. On there. Yeah, if you can time yourself for a minute, that would be fantastic. I've not got my timer on. I'm trying to be super quick. Like I said, that pressure makes us get it done very quickly. It's got very wide legs, this one. There we go. And so I've drawn my horse with my opposite hand. I think that's quite interesting, actually. And you might see, if you go into art galleries and look at some of the abstract works on the walls, you'll see similar pieces to this, or maybe prints that artists have made, or they've taken on a different range of methods to do the drawing, and they'll often do this to experiment. Like I said, they'll use their opposite hand, they'll do a continuous line. If you look at Pablo Picasso in particular, he did a lot of continuous line drawings of animals, if you wanted to look at any references. And the last one we're going to do is a blindfolded drawing. So this is one where if you could ask someone in your house to cover your eyes, or maybe tie something around your eyes so you can't see, or if you're just closing your eyes, just be good, don't peek. So you don't know how it's looking. I'm going to choose one of the objects I've drawn before, because I've really got a feel of where things are on there. And this is, like I say, we have no control of how this is going to turn out, because we don't know where everything is on the page with our eyes closed. But the idea is that we come up with something a bit unusual and different that we wouldn't have come up with if we weren't experimenting like this. So I'm going to do this little pony again. Take a minute just to have a look at it, look at the detail that's on there. Remember, you can't open your eyes once they're closed. I say time yourself for about a minute. Sometimes a minute's quite a long time with doing this with your eyes closed. You might, if you feel slightly disorientated, it's fine. Just open your eyes when you think you're finished. So I'm going to draw this little horse with my eyes closed. I'm not going to peep. And like I say, things will be in the wrong places. The eyes might be outside the body. The pattern might be elsewhere. That's absolutely fine. Just going to be brave and see what happens. I'm going to put the ears on. Put the eye here. And there is some flower shapes. I feel like I'm doing them quite large, actually. See how this turns out, and some little lines through the bottom of the feet. Not sure if I'm going through the feet. And there are some dots and some lines on the body too. And there was a nose too. And a mouth. Okay, I think I've got things in funny places. Let's see. Oh wow. There we go. Yeah, that's that's very abstract. We've got the eye down there, the mouth here. It doesn't really look like this one anymore, but that's fine. Like I said, that's something completely new I've just come up with. So these do not have to be perfect. Don't feel stressed or unhappy with how they come out. It's just an experiment. It's just us seeing what we can come up with when we loosen up our control a bit. And what you can do once you've tried those 3 methods. So first one is a continuous line drawing. So once you've done a continuous line drawing, you can do an opposite hand drawing. So one in the hand that you wouldn't normally draw in, and then a blindfolded drawing. You're welcome to do a selection of each. So I spent a minute, about a minute on each one. You might want to do it quicker. You might want to, after you've done one for 1 minute, try in 30 seconds and see how it looks. Then you want to build up a collection of these to see how they look and see how they develop. And once you've done a series, you might want to then, without timing yourself, take a bit of time at the end. I've used a bit of colour here to use all the processes together at once. So I've used a bit of opposite hand here, a bit of continuous line. I've used some coloured inks and pens. So I've done my little ceramic bird here, pencil. And I've continued with the same line once I put all the detail on, and then I've put the flowers from this mug on, and some butterflies from another mug that I have. These examples of that one. And I didn't time myself for that one, so I might have spent about 15-20 minutes doing that. So if you want a challenge at the end, what would be really lovely is if you do a picture which incorporates all of the processes that we've just learned, or more than one. It could just be continuous line and opposite hand if you don't want to do blindfolded. I'll do a little example now to show you. I'll just turn this on the other side. So for example, I might start by doing a continuous line drawing of this bird here. I'm not timing myself now. I'm going to do it quite quickly just so you're not having to sit for too long and watch. But you can, because I'm not timing myself, I'm spending a bit longer on the detail. You can, with yours, you can take as long as you want with these. In fact, the longer the better. Once you've done the timed versions, you should have freed up your control a little bit. So you'll be working in quite a fluid, free way, and then you can come back and add on the details. Remember, with continuous line, everything is connecting with one line. And like I said, if you've used a pencil for your first drawings, you might, for this, want to go on and use some different colour pens. Just develop it a little bit, take it further. What I love about this ornament here is there's just so many patterns and details on there. It's a really good one to work with. There we go. All connecting with one line. There we go, so there's my continuous line of this little bird. I could then take it off and continue with a continuous line and do something else. So I could do this little person here. Like I say, you're all going to have your own objects that you want to use for this. This is just my chosen object, so do whatever you fancy. some continuous line. I might continue with a continuous line, but use my opposite hand, or you could just do opposite hand on its own. I'm going to draw this little, I think it's like a cheetah here. And yeah, I'd really like it if you could all have a little play with these. So maybe have a go doing a few of each, try different things, try doing them in pencil. If you've got some colours, you might want to use some colours. And try using different amounts of time. It's really good fun to do, and you find it gives you a lot more confidence with your drawing as well in general. It frees up your creativity, and you could go on to fill up the page. So like I say, just a few sheets of paper, some interesting objects, and a pencil, maybe some colour pens as well. And like I say, as an extension, you might want to go on and create a whole picture or two like this. But the main thing is you create a series of different experimental drawings. Okay, thank you for joining me, guys. I look forward to seeing what you created soon. See you soon.